Hey all, Russ here, RVerTV. Welcome. Check it out. We are trucking north. Left Barstow about 2 hours ago. Cruising up here towards, guess where? Death Valley. And what a view. I'm going to make a quick stop here. Those are the Panamint Mountains right here in Panamint Valley. Isn't this gorgeous? You could almost make a postcard out of that picture, couldn't you? We still got a few miles. Gonna be spending the night up in Panamint Springs. Then tomorrow we're trucking across Death Valley. Look at the colors of the rock. Isn't that cool? Alright, let's keep on trucking. Well, we'll wind down this beautiful mountain pass here. Gonna follow through this valley. It dumps us out up on Highway 190. That's the main road that cuts through Death Valley. Thought this would be a fun way to go back to Arizona. The long way. This is hardcore California desert. You don't want to be here in the summer. It would be cooking hot. When we go to the mountain pass tomorrow, that's where it gets super hot, over Furnace Creek. Okay, they're supposed to be, there they are. Seeing these on the phone. Alright, this monument's for Ballarat. It's old ghost town, old mining ghost town back in the late 1800s. 7 saloons. Wow. Been abandoned since 1917. It's way out there. There's a dirt road. It showed it on the maps, but you'd almost need like a Jeep. Flat as a pancake here too. Oh, another board. Let's see what this one says. Wow, in 1908, the world's longest race, a car arrived here. It's now displayed in Reno, Nevada. Pretty cool. History. You never know what you'll find out there. Also said the last resident was buried in 1968. Wow, on Boot. So people were still living out there even though it was an old abandoned town. Million in gold it took out. Let's see what this one says. Panamint City, 12 miles up in a canyon. It was lawless, I bet. Millions was shipped out. They shipped out 400-pound cubes of bullion so they couldn't be stolen easy. Wow. Look at there. There's an active radar system. I just drove through the China Lake Naval area. I think a town called Ridgecrest a few miles back. So that's probably part of it. You hear jets, fighter jets. It's where they test bombs and test everything there at China Lake. All right, keep trucking. Perfect weather. Blue sky. Maybe we'll catch a sunset tonight up there at Panamint Springs. I camped there like 10 years ago, so it's been a while. I've never driven this road though. I've never come up through here. It's been pretty decent road so far. This wide open desert though, not much. Alright, looks like I'll make a left. Head on up to 190. That road is closed, it said. What history? I mean, my goodness. Hundreds of years of mining. Imagine coming across these deserts, horse wagons, looking for your riches. Trying to strike it rich at a gold mine. Now it's one paved road cutting through here. Alright, shouldn't be too much farther. There it is. There's the sign, one of them. We are now entering Death Valley. Part of the property line for the big park here. It's massive. Goes clear over to Nevada. So I figured one night here in Panamint Springs and we'll cut across the whole valley tomorrow. Few high clouds, not bad. Yeah, I left Barstow pretty early this morning. Right now it's getting almost 1:30 in the afternoon. It took a while. Okay, it should just be a couple miles up the road here. This is the way I cut across last summer going over to Lone Pine, going up 395. I came up 395, a part of it, but there wasn't much to see at all. It's kind of like this, so I didn't film much of it. Tomorrow will be the big day when we go through Stovepipe Wells, Furnace Creek, all those areas. Here it is. I booked the site online last night. This whole resort operates off diesel generators. That's how they get their power. There is no cell signal here whatsoever. But they do have Wi-Fi. And on the email it said check into the general store here. There it is. They got motel rooms and cabins, I believe. A lot of people stay here. A lot of people want to come to Death Valley to experience the extreme heat in the summer. Go figure, huh? Most people want to get away from it. Alright, let me go get checked in. Alrighty, away we go. Cut across the street. Lots of open sites today. Bar restaurant here. They open at 7 a.m. to like 7 or 8 at night. Long hours. Maybe I'll grab something to eat this evening here. But they got water here, sewer dumps, a lot of dry camping areas. I brought the e-bike. We'll take a little ride around. I don't know, probably can't go too far, but I want to get out of this van. Wow, look at the size of that tree. They definitely have water. Grow something that big in the desert. There's a van back there. There's a truck camper. They got restrooms. Trash. Alright, well, I got a site with hookups. Yay. And there's the view across the valley. Alright, let me get park set up and I'll get the e-bike out and we'll go for a little cruise. Well, there's my view for the evening. I guess when the sun reflects off that in the evenings, you can get purples and pinks and all kinds of different colors, if the clouds allow it. Alright, let's go for a little bike ride. Got my Starlink all hooked up, working good. That is one amazing system, that Starlink. Anywhere you can just fire it up and have high-speed internet. Well, that van's got him a nice little corner spot, doesn't he? With power. They got these cabins and rooms. There's a motel on the other side of the road. Tents. You can rent a tent here. So if you're just traveling in a car, they'll fix you up. Kind of rough riding in the bike. I got the X-Peak with me, electric X-Peak. It's more of a mountain. It's got the big fat tires on it, so it's not so bad. Well, we'll go across the road. Maybe I'll go back over around the general store. That's heading east. That's why we'll be going in the morning. They do sell fuel here, but you might want to make sure your tank's full before you get here. You will pay the price. But my goodness, just to get deliveries here. Oh man. UPS comes out here. He has to go all the way across the desert. What's that little wagon? Old dump truck. People have been coming here forever. Busy highway, heavily traveled. With just about anywhere here, you got a little bit of a view. Maybe I'll go up towards that water tank up there. Everyone's gonna ask how much. $5.40 for gas, over $6 for diesel here. But where else you gonna go? The general store has a lot of supplies, you know, small food items, whatnot. Ice, all that. They sell propane here. It's a full service RV park and resort. It is a true resort. Well, we'll cruise up past our rooms back here. There's the bar and grill. I don't know what they charge for the rooms. You'd have to check it online. A lot of people want to come here though. Lots of them. Everything's air conditioned, so you got air conditioning, and I'm sure they're nice on the inside. Here's the big water tank. If you want to work here, they hire people. You can work here, stay here as a work camper. I've seen this place advertised a few times in a lot of the work camping type websites, that kind of thing. Pretty good sized water tank, but supports a lot of people here. They got Starlink here themselves. They got the business grade Starlink, so they got pretty good Wi-Fi now. Alright, well, we kind of took the 27-cent tour on the e-bike. I think what I'll do, I'm going to head back to the van. I got some emails to answer and a little bit of work to do. Maybe I'll sneak up here and grab a bite to eat. Been a long day. A lot of driving today. I was looking to see if there's a trail to go up there, but it's no trespassing signs, private. So I better not. Probably for the workers up there. Alright, well, it was a thought. I'll go right around the campground a minute on the way back. Rest of the country still getting snow. Not here. Not here at all. Kind of a trade-off though. Do you want the warm weather in the winter and the super hot in the summer, or cooler in the summer? Okay, let me ride over here. Here's their dry camp area, which are nice spots. You probably got access to water and stuff and trash. If you got solar, why not? Quite a few trees, maybe even a little bit of shade in the summer. Picnic tables. Looks like a group area for meetups, meetings, that kind of thing. This is motorcycle heaven here. I crossed Death Valley on a motorcycle. I got all the rocks picked there, a little archway. Pretty cool. Sun's going down pretty quick. Got pretty warm this afternoon, in the 80s here. I think I'll go get something to eat, and then in the morning we're out of here. Well, good morning. Just grabbed some coffee. They open up at 7 a.m. here. So I grabbed a big cup of coffee to go. Good food. Had a nice, I just had a burger and fries last night. It was good. Good food. Nice little stay. I definitely recommend camping here if you're into it. Super clean, real friendly staff. Just remember, it's California. You got the California prices. So, but it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime trip for a lot of people anyway. You can see the sun just coming up. We're going to cross over, I believe it's called Towne Pass. Then we'll drop down the other side of the mountain into Stovepipe Wells on the Furnace Creek and keep on trucking. Here's the road we came in on yesterday, right there. And I believe it's 20 some miles over to Stovepipe. Look at that, there's a sign, 28 miles. All right. And 50 miles over to Furnace Creek. Gotta stop and get a view here, huh? We're climbing quick. That's a steep grade. It's over 6%. That's 8 to 10% in places coming up. They warn you, don't run your air conditioner. You can overheat, especially summer. Pretty though. One last look down there at the valley before we head over the hill. Seeing quite a few signs. We're quick in elevation. I think Towne Pass, you're about 5,000 feet. We're going to go over. Way down there, that's where we were camping. Right down there. Pretty cool. Alright, let's head for Stovepipe Wells. And first time this year, rear cam is back. Yay! Setting it up this year. Also, pretty soon we'll have side cam. Doing new camera mounts this year. The colors in the rock are just perfect. Even with no vegetation, this would be a photographer's dream. Whichever way the sun hits, you get just a different picture every time. There are dispersed camp areas, especially on the other side, if I remember right. Heading down the mountain, you can camp for free. Well, there's actually a charge to get in the park. I have my senior pass, so I can get in free. But they do charge by the car to come into Death Valley. Should be getting close to the top. Definitely steeper than most mountain passes that you find on highways. But this is one old road. Can you imagine the amount of people have been coming through here over the generations? Okay, this should be the top. I see the signs. I can't slow down too much. Kind of a fast-paced road. I've been passed like 3 times already. There's a sign right where that truck is. It's called Towne Pass. About 5,000 foot level. And it's downhill from here. I almost have to drop down a gear. Okay, there's some campgrounds coming up the roads. They had massive road damage here a year or 2 ago from floods. Heavy monsoon rains wiped out a bunch of the roads here in the park. And welcome to Stovepipe Wells. Cool names, huh? Stovepipe Wells, Furnace Creek. Just the sound of it makes it sound rugged. Alright, I'll do a drive-through through the campground. There's not a whole lot here. There's a store, like a resort with rooms. This big campground here. Almost all of it's dry camping. The rest of it is, like I said, the resort. And I think they got like 10 or 15 sites with power. Not too many. I know every time I checked, it's always sold out. It's really hard to get in here. To dry camp, no problem. You can see it's wide open right now. So you want to stay in the desert? This is where you come to. Elevation right here. We should be pretty close to sea level. And when we head over towards Furnace Creek, it keeps dropping. We'll end up a couple 100 feet below sea level. Cutting across Death Valley here. There's their motel resort thing there. And you can buy fuel up here. They got a gift shop, store, fuel. place to eat. Let me stop here. I gotta change camera batteries a second. Burned wagons point. History of the old miners trying to survive here, clear back in 1849. That just had to be brutal. I mean, where are you going to find water? Oh man. There must have been locations though. There's some sand dunes right out that direction. We'll stop, check those. Over there, there's the RVs with the hookups and their gas station. This is their visitor center kiosk thing where you pay to get in up here. And the elevation right here is sea level. I'm not sure what they charge to get in. Probably at least $25 or $35 a car. I've had my senior pass for a lot of years, so I don't remember. My senior pass cost me $80 one time. That's a lifetime pass. It's all through the National Park Service. This is called the Mesquite Sand Dunes, where all the winds just stirred up here, create these huge dunes. You always see a ton of people here hiking them. Covers a massive area. You can see them out there. I'll park. We'll stop up here. Looks like a busload of hikers. Gonna head on out there. That sand is soft. It's really hard to walk in. One big sand trap. How the winds just swirl through here and create this thing. Amazing, huh? Ooh, look at that snake trucking across the sand. So there's stuff growing and living out there. Don't fool yourself. Like a big sand trap at a golf course, isn't it? Mesquite Sand Dunes. Be sure to bring water if you're gonna hike out there. Those mounds of sand, they go up pretty high. That's definitely some serious hiking in that soft sand. You can see the size of the dunes. Look at how little the people look walking out there. This Mother Nature's artwork, isn't it? Goes a group of folks. We're off to Furnace Creek, California. This is still all California through here. Once we get all the way through the park and over, I believe it's Death Valley Junction, we'll be close to Nevada state line, California-Nevada state line. We got about 20 miles, get over to Furnace Creek. I'll stop at the visitor center there. Plus, going into Furnace Creek, there's that boron plant, old boron boiling plant. We'll stop there too. Welcome to the Harmony Borax Works. This is a very historic place. And they're saving it, saving history. White gold getting, was it the borax out of the ground? Isn't it boron? I think. They extract it. And they process it. It's used for like a lot of soaps and lotions and who knows what else. A lot of uses. Back in the day, they got it out of the desert and then they boiled it here. They actually processed it. The old TV show on black and white TV, Death Valley days, the old Western, very old Westerns. They advertised the soaps. What was it, Boraxo or, God, I can't remember now. Something like that. Shows my age. That's all that white stuff down there in the ground. We're about almost 200 feet below sea level here. And it is warm. For only being 9 o'clock in the morning. People lived and worked here. Look at these old wagons. My goodness. Talk about a rough ride. There's the boiler tanks. We'll walk up around. The path goes up around there. Big old steel wheels on these things. Man. Those things are huge. 20 mule teams. Just like the old TV show. What a life to live back then, huh? And they hauled it, you could see. They hauled it out of here a very long ways. There's their water tank. My goodness, what a life that would have been. To work in this extreme heat. We're a couple 100 feet below sea level, so it stays hot here. There's your parking brake, big old chunk of wood. Plus they cooked it. Fires and steam and in Death Valley. My goodness. Wonder what they paid them to work here. Those hats just to keep the heat off of them. Kind of calming here with that breeze going and this big old open desert. There's the boiling pots, I guess, and the piping still here. Right here in the desert, probably wouldn't rust too bad. So who knows? Gonna be here a long time. That's good. Saving history. Definitely put this on your bucket list to see if you ever come through Death Valley here. Even got a little bit of the boiler there left. But be running a boiler in Death Valley, that just, wow. Hot. That's beyond hot. Alright, let's keep rolling. I'll drive out a little ways to the remnants out here, what's left of the buildings. Wouldn't have to worry about mowing the lawn here. What lawn? So if you ever wondered what it's like to live at 200 feet below sea level, this is it. Home sweet home right here. Walls made out of like mud, dirt, some rock in there. Still standing. Heck, nowadays you can't even get a good 2x4 at Home Depot. So these things got to be, what, over 100 years old? That wind is really starting to pick up hard. Big time campgrounds here, big resorts, golf course, right here at 200 feet below sea level. One of the hottest places in the U.S. right here. Off to the right, that's Furnace Creek Visitor Center. That's where you see that thermometer, the famous one that always they show the temperature. We'll stop. Yeah, it doesn't look too busy. Very cool. Still early in the day yet. I left Panamint pretty early. So far from Panamint to here, it's a little over 60 miles. Yeah, that wind is really picking up. That'll probably last all day long here. All right, get parked, take a little walk inside. All right, here you go. First part of March 2025. It's 81 degrees. At about 9:30 in the morning. How's that? Oh, look, they show you the different elevations here. Every 1,000 feet is 5 degrees higher. Got that right. And we are there, Furnace Creek, 190 feet below sea level. Badwater. Ooh, we ought to go to Badwater. Yeah. Badwater's about 20 miles south of here. We can do it. We got time. Yeah. Why not? All right, here's inside. Last couple times I was through here, they wouldn't let you in. Hot, dry, low. That's a good way to describe it. The highest recorded temperature, 134 degrees. Woo. I'd say so. Be prepared when you visit the hottest and driest place in North America. Yeah, you definitely want to have plenty of water, everything with you here. Death Valley is the hottest place in the world. Summertime temperatures here often from the big mountains all the way down to the lower valley. Wow, this is nice in here. Survival strategies. Well, hop in a van with RVerTV with a bottle of water. Heck yeah. Yeah, all the wildlife, they get acclimated to it. From the depths of Devil Hole, Nevada. Wow, never heard of it. That is crystal clear water. Oh, darn. I'll have to Google that. And mining history, you got that right. There's the borax, 20 mule team, we seen that. Yeah, this has to be just honeycomb full of mines. Ever notice on a lot of these ghost towns, they were only active for 10, 20 years tops. They boomed, they stripped all the ore out of it, and then everyone left. Nevada's full of it too. What do a trip up Nevada, up through the desert, center part of the state? That would have been a fun day to have that picture taken. They're all waving. That's a long time ago. Furnace Creek Camp. Yeah, there's camping everywhere here. I've spent the night here in Furnace Creek. Can Death Valley survive humans?
As a result, many of the plants and animals in the park are dependent upon the water that is in its aquifer.
Big gift shop, movie theater here. They play a movie every half hour or so. I think we should go to Badwater. It's the lowest point in the U.S. It's over 200 feet below sea level. And it's about 20 miles from here. Let's do it. Across the way, there's one of their campgrounds. All dry camping here. Fuel. Almost $8 a gallon for diesel, $7 for unleaded. Like I said, make sure you got a full tank before you get here. Then if you have to top off, at least only cost you 50 bucks. Here's their golf course, resort type thing. I don't want to drive all the way back, but there you got it. There's the ranch at Death Valley, big resort. People live here. Like I said earlier, a lot of people, they want to come here and experience the extreme heat to say they've done it. So they'll cater to you. I think some of these resorts, the rooms are up there pretty good. Alright, right up here should be the road to take us down to Badwater. Okay, here's the big sign, says next services are 57 miles. I wonder how many people turned around and said, I better go get some of that $7 gasoline. Joking, kidding. Except for the wind. It's an absolute perfect day. Off to the left is another big resort. Place is huge. Got all the trees. They got water here. Might be 200 feet below sea level, but you have water. Alright, this should be Badwater Road. You can actually take this road all the way down to Shoshone. But we're not. We'll go down to the Badwater Basin. That's what they call it. And then I'll double back up here. We're heading home. We're heading back to Arizona. A lot of road work in there. I bet that's where it washed out bad. They had torrential, massive monsoon storms here and just really washed out a ton of these roads. Big time damage. Way up to the right you can see snow-capped mountains, and we're way down sea level here. Badwater, I believe it's 270, 280 below sea level. On the other side of these mountains, there's a place called Zabriskie Point or Cliffs. We'll stop there on the way out. Very unique looking rock formations and colors and all that. But we're way down here in the bottom of the sandbox here. Fun. Few side roads, kind of a fast-paced road. I'm getting pushed and passed, so I can't slow down too much. That road was called Devil's Golf Course. It looks like water out there off to the right, doesn't it? That's Badwater's Basin. We're almost up there. Getting closer to the mountains. Probably like driving across Mars. If you ever want to drive across Mars, this is it. There's actually a sign up on the side of the mountain up here that shows sea level. You'll probably see it pretty quick. I see the parking lot. That's where we're going to park. We're right here at the Badwater Basin. I don't know if you can see that little white speck halfway up the cliff there. That's the sign. That's sea level. That's marking sea level. Well, what do you say? Want to take a walk on the lowest place in the U.S.? There's not too many places lower. I think over in Africa there's a couple that are lower than this. And there is your bad water. You don't want to be drinking that stuff. We'll walk on down. It's definitely warmer here than it was in Furnace Creek. I'd say by a good 5 degrees. You can feel it.
Well, it had all changes. Yeah, you showed the tilting.
Well, they got a wood deck, goes out for a little ways, and you walk all the way out. I'm not going to go out that far. We'll go out a little ways. Here you go. Oh, 282. 282 feet below sea level. Water basin. Very cool. There's the water. Comes up naturally year round. Alright, you're trucking along Death Valley on a horse. Almost out of water, and you see that, and you're going to go, oh, water. And it's rotten, full of salt. Oh, goodness. I guess they could have boiled it, maybe, huh? To clean it up. I don't know. Well, let's walk out a little ways. Salt flats, salt everywhere down here. Comes right out of the ground. I'm really glad I came back this way. It was quite a few miles around once we got done with the Route 66 down to Barstow trip. Definitely worth it. Looks like ice, doesn't it? It's just a white, salty surface. Dirty old mud puddle. Pretty darn harsh, isn't it? Just as far as you can see. Oh, there's the sign right there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's how far below sea level we are. Right there, that little dot. That sign says sea level up there. Yeah, it's crunchy. I don't know how else to describe it. Here, watch this with my foot. Just salt over dirt. And flat. Flat as a pancake here, isn't it? Oh, here's the other locations. Lowest points on Earth. So Badwater's definitely the lowest in the U.S. Then looks like Africa over in that Middle East. Those are like 400 foot below sea level. So, but we're down there. But it's a dry heat. Yeah, right. Of course. I've heard that before. Different temps through the months. So you don't want to be here June, July, August, September. That's when it's a real cooker. Good place to have like a snow cone stand or something. Milkshakes. Shaved ice. Well, cool. I'm glad that we drove down through here. Why not? Well, double back to town, Furnace Creek. Then we're gonna keep trucking east on Highway 190. And we'll stop at that Zabrisky's Point. Check that on the way out of town. Kind of neat formations of the rock. Different colors, the different layers of it. And just straight and flat on this road. Made it back, Furnace Creek. All those trees gotta take a ton of water. They sure look healthy. I know they got a golf course here. Go play golf at 200 feet below sea level. Wonder what that's like. hot. There's some old buildings on the right, remnants of buildings. That lodge on the left, a lot of people stay there. There's a stream of water running along the side of the road here. Maybe they got natural springs up here or something to keep all them trees looking green. You'd think it'd be salty. Maybe not. If I remember right, there's dirt roads you can take up through here. You almost need like a Jeep. This is California. They got different side-by-side laws here. I doubt if you could take side-by-side. Different rules in different states on those, but a Jeep easily. Perfect Jeep in or four-wheel truck camper, even a four-wheel van. Here it is. They got a parking area and a trail we'll hike up. I stopped here a lot of years ago. It's very different looking. They got restrooms, big parking. You'll see a lot of tour buses coming in. A lot of them out of Southern Cal or Vegas. There's trails you can take and hike over to the Badwater Road through here. You'll see it once we get up top. That's quite a little hike though. That breeze feels good. It's getting hot. Take a peek over the edge here. Now you're going to start seeing the different colors. Just like the moon, isn't it? There's trails. See straight out that white? That's over near the Badwater Basin. We just came back up through there. But there's trails you can hike down through there. Now you can see way over there. Pretty, isn't it? Then the dark colored rock, the peaks. There's your point.
I'm either going down this way or
We can go down and go around. Yeah, absolutely we can.
I want to go down that way.
We're gonna walk down. Thank you so much for your time. Yes, no, I appreciate it. Thank you.
There's a busload of people want to see the point up there. Yeah, I think a lot of them come out of Vegas. Just like the Grand Canyon, all those tours. Okay, well, we kind of did it. Let's head over for Death Valley Junction. We're going to be getting out of this big old park. Definitely climbing up in elevation. You can feel it. Yeah, the thermometer in the van when we were down in Badwater was 91 degrees. Which that's on a vehicle. plus or minus, what, 5 degrees. And when we're at the visitor center in First Creek, it's 81. Little rest area there. Yeah, I think the only place you pay anymore is that, like in Furnace Creek at the visitor center. I know they give you a pass to put in your windshield, but I got my card with me. I already explained that lifetime pass. I should start getting cell phone reception back pretty quick, I hope. Been without it for over a day. You did get a tiny bit down in Furnace Creek, but not much. We should be about out of the park too. I'll look for the sign. There's the entrance sign right there. We're officially out of the park right here. So long, Death Valley. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you can sign up for my free newsletter, putting one out twice a month now. Usually right around the 5th and 20th, try to get one out. In there you'll find articles about previous travels, future travels, pictures, downloadable puzzles that are free. Also, I have a merch shop. All kinds of cool stuff. Hats, coffee mugs, t-shirts. We got the new Armchair Traveler series out. Those are fun gifts, fun to do, fun to use. With summertime coming up, we even got tumblers now, all with the Armchair Traveler logos on it, which help support the channel and future videos just like this one. Cruising across this iconic Death Valley Park. What a cool ride today, huh? Once again, it's RVerTV.tv. Appreciate it very much. Well, here's the little crossroads. It's almost an abandoned town. I've driven through here a couple times. It's called Death Valley Junction. The winds are just screaming right now. Really blowing. I'm actually going to cut over to Pahrump, which is the road right here up here to the left. But let's go about a block or two past the road here. I'll show you the old hotel. There's an opera house, an actual true opera house. All this stuff's abandoned now. I'll pull up. Let me go up a little farther. Get past this truck here. That guy's really trying to adjust the straps on his load. This wind is screaming right now. That is a huge tree. Look at the size of the base. Little picnic tables here at the hotel. Death Valley Junction Historic District. Couple picnic tables. That hotel's no more. It's abandoned. Maybe someone lives in there, I don't know, but it's not open for business. Then there's that opera house down there. Probably was a gas station back in the day, maybe. Still standing. A lot of abandoned buildings in the desert anymore. And that used to be a cafe there, all closed down. Probably haunted, huh? But that's it. You've seen town. Big railroad yard here. I need to turn around. This would also take you down to Shoshone. Shoshone, Baker, I-15, all that. It's quite a few miles though. I'm going to cut over through Pahrump, then through bottom side of Vegas, Henderson, and straight back into Arizona. We drove a few miles, quite a few stops today, not bad. This building here on the corner on the right, it used to have artifacts in it from the opera house. I'm going to stop, see if it still does. Yep, the dresses of the lady that ran the opera house. Old vintage clothing. That would have been something to come to an opera in Death Valley Junction. My goodness. Different times, weren't it? Get my shadow out of there. Wow, they got quite a few of them in here. All right, we did it. Time to head to Nevada. Yeah, cut over through Pahrump. Probably find an RV park for the night somewhere over there. Then all the way back into Arizona tomorrow. There's the state line, back in Nevada now. So long, California. Be a while before we see you again. Very nice trip today. I really enjoyed this. Very relaxing drive. Coming up on RVerTV in March, quite a bit. Got quite a few little trips planned. The biggest one, weather permitting, after the first week or so of March, gonna be heading up to southern Utah. Gonna go up to Zion, Bryce, Capitol Reef Parks. Also do some exploring around the back roads and small towns of southern Utah. Then we'll keep on trucking from there. Journey continues. Talk soon.